You know, one of the things that Grant and I are trying to do here is actually work both sides of this channel. So crappie can move quite a bit, not just, you know, over a matter of days, but even over a matter of hours. I'm sure you saw this when you were in here the last few days.
Yeah,
Grant?
within, we'd have spurts of 5 or 10 minutes where the fish would be there.
Yep.
Next minute they're gone. And it's just a matter of finding them, traveling up and down, looking for them.
We also have to vary our retrieve. Sometimes they're pretty aggressive, and you can literally work your float back like a topwater lure. Other times, they seem to like it when it just sits there. What's interesting today, we think because of this cold front that we're having, because we're literally around 0, the temperature, they're hitting a lot lighter. So we're really experimenting. The other thing that makes it awkward, we're wearing our gloves because it's cold, so it's, you don't have as much feel, and the casting is a little bit more limited. But we're still having fun. We're only fishing about 1.5 feet deep. So we're using these slip bobbers, pretty shallow. So these crappie, even though we're in shallow water, 3 to 4 feet, are suspended. Boy, did that fish hit light. My float didn't go under that time.
Oh.
Just sideways. You know, one of the things that I'm doing, I've kept a few fish for eating, and I'm going to show you this little basket that I have. A lot of pan fishermen will have a wire basket to keep their fish in. But this is kind of neat. It's like a hoop that they use in Europe. So I'm just going to hold it up for you. So there's a few crappie in there. You can see them flapping around in the bottom. But it's so nice because this hoop hangs down about 4 feet. And see the hole? The opening I can actually control because there's a little pull tie on it. So if I let it just hang over the side of the boat like that, I can take my crappie, and I'm going to try to demonstrate it if I hook another one here. Another whopper. Because I don't have to even get my hands wet. All right, Grant.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you're doing the catching.
The fishing, yeah.
So when you get a fish, actually, Grant, show him. See if you can get a basket here. Because he's pretty well a keeper. See if you can. Oh, you missed. That's okay.
Missed on purpose.
Good release. I had 2 or 3 hits, Grant, and I couldn't get the hooks. Now look, this is another one that's a little bit bigger. If they get any bigger, I'm actually going to use the landing net that I have. It's just funny. I think what happens, you know, they call them paper mouths, and you can see, I don't know if you can see the hole there. That's where I actually hooked the fish. It tore through, and it is almost like onion skin paper, their mouth. It's very light. So if you set the hook really hard, you can actually tear right through it. But I think a lot of times what they do is they inhale the jig and exhale it really quick. So they inhale it, your float goes under, then you go to set the hook, and by the time you respond, they exhale it out again. So sometimes it can be really tricky to hook.
Fisher girls! Catch the passion!
Italo, I love to use the float while I'm fishing. The reason why I like to use this is that when it's in the water and on top, and a fish nibbles at my hook, it actually goes underneath the water, so I know to pull back with the fish. Another good reason about it is when it's floating on top, it keeps the lure off the bottom so I don't get caught on rocks, which happens sometimes. Now there's 3 types of bobbers you can use. This one here is a round bobber, and all you need to do is push on this pink top, and the spring comes down and the hook comes out. And then your hook's out at the bottom here, and you just need to slide it right on the line like that. And then it attaches and moves. The second type of bobber I'd like to talk about is this yellow one here, and it's attached by 2 surgical tubes right at the top and the bottom, and it can slide up and down. Third one I'd like to talk about is the slip bobber. This green and yellow one here, because it slips.
You see that the bobber slides up and down, so it hits the weight. That's what stops it from going down to the hook. And of course at the top, it hits the little knot. That's a uni knot, and that's called a bobber stop. Now the advantage to this is that you can take that knot and you can slide it up the line, and it can actually be reeled right onto my reel. But my float will always be where the weight is. So when I cast out, the line shoots out, the rig hits the water, and the float will slide up the line as the weight sinks until it hits the bobber stop, and then it stops there. So this is a great way to fish when you have to fish in deeper water.